right, everybody, man, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of AZI TV, brought to you by the Arizona Informant Podcast, the Arizona Informant Newspaper, and the Arizona Informant Foundation. Today's guests are some local entrepreneurs. Please tell the people who you are.
Hey, what's up, beautiful people? My name is Nia Ali, and I am joined by
Zion.
and Zion is my son. He's my co-partner in our entrepreneurial journey here.
I love it. And what is your name of your business?
It's called Pyoor Majik. It's a play on words. It's spelled kind of funny. I'm also an English teacher, so it's spelled Pyoor Majik. So it's called Pyoor Majik only because what we produce is pure magic for your skin and your body care needs.
Okay, and so what is it? I know you said for your skin and your body care needs, but what exactly does it do? Like, what is it? How did you develop it? Where did it come from?
Okay.
Let the people know.
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. It's because it came from a place of necessity. There's another partner, which is my daughter, but she has medical concerns, so I just try to kind of keep her isolated for the most part. However, because of her medical concerns, we just really moved to a diet, a lifestyle of all natural products. We just try to intake natural things as well as put natural things on our skin. And so when I just began to read labels, when you have to read labels, and as you begin to read labels, you just see so many unnatural things that are in products. And I'm thinking that this is a living organism, and it's your entire body, and so what we put onto our skin actually absorbs into our body. And so out of necessity, I just started researching and reading about oils, butters, and what was good for your skin, and I just kind of created a body butter for us in our household. However, when I make it, it's a big batch of it, and so I would just, so that it wouldn't go to waste, I would just give it away. And then my friends and family began to request it. And I'm like thinking, well, that's not on my plan or my agenda to make. And they were like, no, we'll pay for it because they actually liked it. And so I started making it for them and they started paying for it. And it just began to grow from there. And then with my schedule, it's just challenging for me to continue to focus on body butters. And so my son was noticing people would come over buying body butters, and he's like, Mom, you're sleeping on this. And so I share with him, I need help and I need support. If you're willing to spearhead this, by all means, I'll teach you how to do it. I teach you the recipe. I teach you why it's important. And he did, and he's done a phenomenal job by taking over all of the social media aspects. In addition to that, he creates the different scents that we feature, and he does the labels, and he just does all of the parts that I don't have the time for. And so the body butters are very hydrating and nutritional for your skin. And we don't use any additives, any preservatives, anything that's unnatural for your skin. We are a line that's very, very focused on all natural products, using essential oils only, not fragrant oils, because those are synthetic. And we just really pride ourselves on top of the line products.
Whoa, that's a lot of information. I love it though. So, man, that is a lot of information. I love it. So, how was it made?
Well, it's very simple, and you all can make your own body butter, and you will find that it is so rewarding when your skin gets all natural products. It's just replenishing and relaxing, because some of the aromatherapies that we use, like one of my favorites has lavender and what is it in there? Lavender and peppermint. That's it. Okay. And so basically we take a few butters. We take a soft butter or a semi-soft butter, which is our shea butter, and we take a hard butter, which is a cocoa butter. And we use all natural products, and then you just whip them, you blend them. You can melt them down first, and then you blend them, and then that creates your base. And then from your base you add your oils. There are so many different type of oils that you can use. You use coconut fractionated oil, you can use almond oil, argan oil, jojoba oil, but you find what works best for you. And we choose to usually work with the sweet almond oil, which is very hydrating for your skin, and it's kind of silky on your skin, so we use that. And you just take it and you blend it, and you have a body butter. That's how simple it is to make.
Wow. So who runs the business full time?
If I would say who runs it, who do you think?
I mean, I run the background of it,
Okay.
behind the scenes of it. She run the face of
Okay. So do you guys do this full time?
Yes, we do. Another thing, I'm a parent
Mhm.
and I'm an educator. I
Mhm.
homeschool my children. He still goes online to school, but my daughter, that's 12, I homeschool her.
Okay.
And as she makes the, we brought you some samples as
Oh
well.
yes, I love samples.
All right, so we have a few samples for you.
Okay.
So we brought you our frankincense body butter
Okay.
for you.
Perfect.
In addition to that, my son makes the body butter. My daughter now she makes lip balms. And this is, which one is this one? This one's vanilla, and
Okay.
then this one is cotton candy.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, what I've done, because school is no longer the same anymore, so
Right.
you have to do something for learning, for engagement, and outside isn't quite open, so you don't have that aspect. So what I have done, again, it's a family affair. My daughter makes the lip balms, and it's a part of their homeschool project. So do we do this full time? Yes, because we're quarantined for the
Mhm.
most part at home, and I make their learning out of this. So she has to she has to figure out how much product she needs to make her tubes.
Mhm.
She actually determined the types of tubes and the colors and the flavors, and he plays a key into this as well, where he has to find different vendors, get at least 3 to 4 different quotes, determine the price factor, determine the price margin or price profit margin.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of this thing that takes that makes all of this go around, but we do this full time because we're quarantined
I
right now.
love it. So, one thing I find very dope is the fact that you've turned this into a curriculum for them. So,
Absolutely.
it's economics mixed with science.
In addition to that, I was sharing with another parent that um, learning is not just textbook.
Right.
There's so much learning and engagement. And again, I try to help people to focus on their purpose
Right.
and identifying what their gifts and talents are, because my philosophy was always you go to school to cultivate your gift
Mhm.
to create a business.
Right.
And so that's one of the things that I teach my kids. I say, you don't have to be a quote unquote grown up to have your own business.
No.
We can start this now. So that's what I've been cultivating in them. And so it's not only just science and economics, but it's public speaking. When he's out at the vendors,
Mhm.
at the shows, he has to actually talk to people. So he has to develop that skill of public speaking, negotiating, customer service.
Okay.
Those are skill sets that they can use not just in the business of what we're doing right now, but these are lifelong skill sets.
So, in other words, it's from what I'm hearing, communications.
Absolutely.
What was the other one you said?
Public speaking,
So, public speaking,
it's math,
math,
economics,
economics,
research.
research and development.
Yes.
So, man, you guys your own schooling just
Yes.
and what I love about it is because I'm to the point now, man, and I don't care who gets mad at it. I don't feel like these schools are teaching the proper things.
Absolutely.
Honestly, what am I going to do with algebra after I leave school? I've never used algebra.
He can chime in on that. He's
Yeah.
struggling right now.
Because
with
it's
that.
like you don't use algebra, but these kids leave high school literally not knowing what a mortgage is, not knowing how to qualify for a mortgage, not knowing how to get a car, not knowing what it takes. But everybody wants to say, "Oh, I want the latest Mercedes Benz," but don't know that it takes money to maintain the Mercedes Benz. Even the
Right.
camera that we're using, it takes money to maintain this. It takes
Right.
money to buy this. How do we develop it? You know what I mean? So I love the fact that you're actually teaching business,
Yes.
economics, social skills, all that in one. So I mean that is incredible.
Yes.
And what you young? So what's your name? Is Zion, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you usually talk like monotone all the time with the dreads in the face?
Yeah, that's just my voice.
I got you. Don't worry about it, man. So what are you getting out of this, man? Do you enjoy it? You know what I mean? Do you look forward to it?
Yeah, it's fun. I look forward to seeing what else we can do with the brand, what more we can sell, what more we can provide for people.
Okay.
I just look forward to the future.
Okay. So what do you see coming out of this? Like where do you see this at in the next year?
Um, I don't know, expanding our line, expanding to our customers. You know, I don't know, but I can't wait to see.
Okay, I like that. At least he's real about it. And people like, oh, I'm gonna make up something on the spot. Nah, I love it, man. So as a mother,
Yes.
son,
and my daughter.
daughter duo.
Yes.
I find it very incredible. You guys got lip balm. You guys got
Body
the
butter.
body butter.
We also have, we're just introducing a beard line as well. So in
Okay.
that we have beard oil, beard butter,
Mhm.
and beard balm.
I don't even have a beard. I might get
Yes,
it.
and then Zion created a lock spray
Are you serious?
for his locks because he said that they were itching and
Man, brother, I understand.
And so, and that was my challenge to him. Well, create, when you find a problem, and this is the challenge to everyone that's listening, when you find a problem, create a resolution for
Right.
that. And then that resolution would begin to open doors. And so he created his first prototype of lock spray, and he's already come back with some other ideas to make his second potion, I guess I would
Okay.
say, of his lock spray.
Well, man, I'll be your guinea pig, but you know what I mean? These things right here, when they itch, they itch. I noticed that, when women get like the braids and stuff, and they be doing this to their head, man, I'm like, oh my God, this itches. But that is dope, man. It's so inspiring to see just African Americans building something, man.
Yes.
Especially you're teaching the young, so the young can teach the next. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I love it.
Absolutely, and I encourage everyone because, as you mentioned before, school is not the same, and it hasn't changed since about 1890. And so we need to do something right now because schools are closing. It's being delivered on a different platform. I really encourage parents to take full control of their own students' academic education and just go off the rail and go outside of the box. And there's so much learning that takes place outside of the textbook. And when you find whatever your child enjoys, whatever they're drawn to, whatever they have an interest in, run with that.
I love it, man. So you probably already answered this, and forgive me because I think it's still the morning time, so I'm still trying to catch up.
Okay.
Where did this idea come from?
Out of the necessity of
Okay.
my daughter needing all natural products.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
So one day you was like, you know what?
Let me
This-
just put her in the best environment for
Got
health.
it. Okay.
And so, we consume, really good food. We try to do our best to eat well balanced, nutritional meals, cutting out tons of sugar. And it was very, very challenging, but necessary.
Okay.
Tons of sugar, tons of unnecessary carbs, and just really focusing in on lean meats and vegetables and fruits and such.
Okay.
And so for the outside of her care, you can't just do the inside without doing the outside.
Right.
And so it was out of necessity,
Okay. So
out of a need.
you were just like, man, there's something, we got to do something. There has to be something better.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because I interviewed somebody else who has a CBD farm.
Oh, wow.
But they don't have it out here.
Okay.
But they have it in Colorado.
Okay.
And I'll probably connect you guys because I think it'll be
Absolutely.
beneficial. But she said the same thing. It was out of necessity because
Yes.
her daughter had a medical issue,
Yes.
and what they were giving her wasn't helping. So she started, and I'm just summing up what she
Absolutely.
said. But she started giving her CBD oil, like
Yes.
probably rubbing it on her, this and that, another. And she's seen a full transformation
Right.
within a matter of weeks to
Yes.
whatever, you know what I mean. And so it makes you think that the pharmaceutical companies and all that, I mean, are they giving you stuff just to maintain your sickness until it's time for you to go home?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's crazy. Like, you're the second person that said it was
Right.
out of necessity.
Right. You have to understand that the pharmaceutical company and some of the drugs that are on the market and medicines and stuff, they help you cope with whatever you're dealing with. But my philosophy is there's healing
Right.
that we have access to, and we just have to do the research and find what works for us and to work that.
Because in Africa, a lot of them don't use medicines and all that. They have natural healing.
Absolutely.
Again, this is just stuff that I've seen. I'm not, natural healer or nothing like that, but it's just stuff that I've seen. So the fact that now a lot of African Americans, they're in the United States saying they got to be something more than
Yes.
just, the medicine, the Tylenols, all of that. That got to be something more to
Right.
help us, function throughout life.
Absolutely. And on a tangent outside of Pure Magic, it is. You have to completely change your eating.
Right.
It's everything. It's in diet. And not diet as in I'm going to exclude this for a certain period of time so
Right.
that I can meet this goal. It's completely lifestyle change. And when you go to like natural herbs, my kids I know they think I'm crazy. Because, I have a whole shelf of herbs of like spirulina,
Okay.
chlorella, and turmeric, and sea moss, and bladderwhack, and burdock root. And I just ordered some more vegan capsules because I make my own.
Yeah.
And so I put them in capsules and I make them pop them. Hey, you take your vitamins today?
I take turmeric.
Yes,
I take fish oil.
correct.
I mean, I'm a big supplement kind of guy. Well, I was, kind of like limbo with it sometimes, but like I
Yes.
do like pre-workout and all that, but I'll do like the pre-workout the fighters take, which is like dang near clean.
Okay.
But do you at times be like, Mom, you're crazy when you see all that stuff on the
No, because I understand it. I understand the need for it and how it can help us, so I'm cool with it.
No, okay. But when you see it, but when she first started,
Oh,
and
yeah,
you was like,
a little bit.
"Where's the pizza at, man? What's up, man?" So do you guys still eat like pizza and all that or no?
We do. We
Okay.
do, but it's sparingly.
Got it. Okay.
And then if we do eat pizza, we just try to, it's just real sparingly. But,
Okay.
we still enjoy the luxuries of food,
Mhm.
of, I guess, how we were raised. But we
Yeah.
just realized, like, you have to ask yourself, how's this making you feel? A lot of times you don't realize you feel badly because that's all you're used to.
Got it.
And it's not until you change your diet that you realize, oh my goodness, there's a whole nother level of health in this. Actually, I was just on a social media platform and I saw Chef Babette, the vegan chef in Los Angeles. She's turning 70. I'm
Wow.
going to show you her picture before we leave.
Okay.
And she just took a photo shoot and she's been posting her pictures every day.
Mhm.
She looks phenomenal. I mean, like when
Wow.
I say phenomenal, she has the body of probably a 25-year-old lady. And she
Wow.
looks, but it's because I think I read her story and she said that she started a vegan lifestyle when she was about 40 and she
Mhm.
just started exercising. So I stress to people, you have to move and you have to really, as I was listening to one of her podcasts today,
Mhm.
she mentioned you have to honor your body because
Mhm.
this is the vehicle that give you access to earth.
Right.
And so you have to love your body enough that you only put good things in your body.
Mhm.
And so when you begin to put bad things in your body, you have to ask yourself, why am I doing this? And there's always usually a reason why. And there are so many different reasons why we harm ourselves. But you have to get to the point where you say, I love me so much that I'm just going to stop with the traditions and the cultural experiences that has been handed down, and I'm going to find a better way. Because now information is accessible.
Right. Right.
There is no shortage of access and information at this point, and so you're required to do that.
Man, it is so incredible to sit here and talk to you guys because I've always wanted to ask individuals who do their own oils and
Yeah.
who try to eat clean. Like, do you guys ever indulge in?
Absolutely.
And
Let me
like
tell you what I
pops
did
or
for a holiday I don't celebrate, which was last Thursday.
oh, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I cook because, that's our time to just kind of get together.
Yeah.
And so I cooked a plethora of food, of traditional food.
Hmm.
And leading up to it, I was eating really clean so that I could splurge.
Right.
And I did. I overindulged. And like I said, that was Thursday, Friday. By Saturday, I was sick. Like, oh my goodness, what did I do to my body? And even though it tasted good, it reminded me of home. It reminded me of my grandparents and family and all of that because the cultural traditions that's been handed down, my body did not feel good.
Because the fact that how long were you eating clean before that?
I try to just typically, now I splurge.
Okay.
And I have, I jump off the bandwagon.
Ooh,
But when I do, I try to just jump right back on.
Okay.
So if you see me out and I'm eating a cheeseburger, just give me grace and forgiveness.
I love it. Because I'm a fan of Philly cheesesteaks. I love
Yes.
them. I can't, but it's just certain things that I won't eat anymore.
Yes.
I can't eat a lot of greasy food, like, big bowl of grease. You know what I mean? I can't do that.
Right.
Like my man Chris Tucker said it in Rush Hour, man. Yeah, this is a big box of grease. I can't do it because it's like, I don't know if it's like I'm getting older or whatever, but it doesn't fit my body. Like I can't
Right.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like even when I eat pizza. You know what I mean?
Yes.
My wife loves pizza. You know,
Right.
she's like a little mini Ninja Turtle. You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
but when I do eat clean, and this is one thing that I was told by the first lady of the church, it was like when I do eat clean and when I'm dieting and I'm going on those 30-day spans and
Right.
all that, um, when you start to eat the greasy stuff, you start slow. Like cause you got to build up to it. Cause there was a time I was eating clean, I was good, I was vegan, and then I ate some food, and I was like, oh, I don't feel good. And it's just
Yes.
because your body has already like kicked out all that bad stuff, and
Right.
it's so used to eating a certain way.
Right.
So if you could do this, would you go inside schools and start teaching this?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm an educator by profession.
Okay.
And so teaching students is just something I do. So I've always kind of had access to children, had access to students. It's just kind of COVID hit, so it
Mm-hmm.
just kind of changed the game a little bit, but absolutely.
So are you in the school now?
I teach privately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what I do is I take on, because school has changed,
Right.
so many students are not equipped or prepared to learn on their own
Okay.
online. And that's just really where we are,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate reality. And so a lot of parents have reached out to me for help for their children because they're overwhelmed and they can't do this all their own. So
Right.
they are paying instructors like myself and teachers to educate their children privately.
So how does it work? Like you have to go through a certain board
For
system
what?
from like so let's say you teach a kid all the way up through like from middle school.
Okay.
So for those credits to transfer over into a high school, or how does that work? Like what do you have to go through yourself in order to be qualified to say these credits matter in this school system?
Okay, well, the state of Arizona is very lax in regards to the standards of education. Middle school, grade school, all you have to have is a certificate of completion.
Okay.
And that's it. There are no credits, there are no prerequisites for grade school that will transfer over into high school, two separate entities.
Okay.
And so I'm a certified teacher.
Okay. Got it.
And so, and I also operated my own private school as well. And now I just educate students privately for the parents that do need the help.
Okay.
And so there are, you're a certified teacher. A lot of parents, because of the school system right now, are just actually homeschooling their children. And the only thing you need to do in order to homeschool your children is to complete an affidavit. And I forget the agency, the Secretary, Department of Secretary or something like that. You fill out an affidavit stating that you're going to homeschool your children. As long as you're teaching reading, science, math, social studies, and language arts, you're fine.
But it's based on how you teach it though. That's up to you, right?
Correct. You have full
Got
autonomy.
it. I love it, man. So, how old are you?
17.
17. And what's the name of your school?
My school is Vision Leadership Academy.
Got it. So
Yes.
that's where you're at now, right?
No, he's in high school.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
teach high school.
Oh. So, what high school?
I go to Statesboro High right now. The online in Georgia.
Oh,
I was living in Georgia.
that's dope.
Yeah,
I
well-
love it.
You're online, so you can go anywhere kind of that you would like to go.
So you just go back for the graduation.
I guess so, yeah.
So, so what are you liking about being out here and just being online? I mean, you don't really hear a lot of young people's perspective on this online schooling. And you're a senior, right? Or
Junior.
junior. Okay. So what's your perspective on this online schooling right now?
I don't really mess with it that much because it's like there's no interaction. All I'm doing is watching videos, trying to teach myself.
Oh,
It's
shoot.
real boring. Like I can't sit on the computer for more than an hour
Okay.
without like spacing out, trying to do something else. So I just gotta try to get my focus right.
And
That's really the only problem.
how long is school?
It's not like a duration like you go on your own time.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you complete the assignments on your own time. If you don't, then you just don't get a grade for it.
Okay.
It goes in as a 0. So you gotta put in the time. There's no set time.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And then as far as like you don't have sports, you can't try out for nothing. Are you an athlete?
Yes.
So is that bugging you that you
Yeah.
can't?
Haven't worked out in a while.
Wow.
Working in the house. Just trying to get my school.
What are you, a football, basketball?
I did football, but I'm doing wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah, staying with wrestling.
So who are you wrestling right now? Where are you training at?
I'm gonna go try to wrestle with Fairfax.
Okay.
If they open back up their sports.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think the sports are opening up, but
Yeah, the
I've,
wrestling.
I've always wanted to get the perspective again, like I said, of a young person that's going through this, especially a person that's an athlete. You can't really indulge in in school like you want to, or get the full experience. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest with you, kids that go to school, that's a break for the parents. It's like, man,
It
I
is.
need that relief. You know what I mean? And then you go back home, and now the teachers have that relief. You know what I'm saying? So, um, what do you hope to see this January coming up?
Um, they have better procedures for COVID to manage it easier. So I can go wrestle for the school, go have like an interaction, have friends, do stuff you would want to have for your junior and senior year to come.
Okay. Well, look, man, I appreciate you guys so much, and I definitely want to interview you again, just on the concept of talking about this whole schooling thing, not being able to play sports and all that, so that people can hear just from a young person's mouth how they feel about this whole thing.
Hmm.
But again, I thank you so much for your guys' time. I thank you
Absolutely.
for the business. My wife
Thank
will
you.
love the lip balm and probably will love this as well because she uses this
Awesome.
stuff more than I do.
Absolutely.
But again, man, let them know where they can find you at and how they can be in contact with you.
Well, we're on the social media platforms, Instagram and Facebook, and it's just Pure Magic. So if you go to the pages of Pure Magic, you'll find the page where we offer the body butters, the beard oils, and butters, as well as the lip balms. But Pure Magic is spelled PYOORMAJIK. Ask me why I did it. I don't know.
Be different, man. Be
Yeah,
different.
because it was like pure was so overused
Mhm.
that I was like, what? And again, the English teacher me said, spell it phonetically, and it made sense to me, so we just went with it.
On top of that, American Gangster, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Denzel
absolutely.
with the pure magic. So, not even to kind of put you in that box. She's
No
not doing
worries.
drugs. I promise you, she's not. But again, man, I thank you guys so much for coming through and hanging out with us, man. And I can't wait to see Pure Magic inside stores soon.
Absolutely, definitely that.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Thank you so much for having us.